Here are the solutions, me going over the solutions to the problems from the breakout room from Monday. If you got them all right, you are good to go. If you didn't get them all right, make sure you watch the ones that you didn't get right. It's often just messing up on negatives, but you want to figure out what you're messing up so you can stop doing it. The problem with making mistakes and making the same mistake over and over again is it becomes ingrained in you to keep doing that, and that's bad. So you got to be, the sooner you can catch on to what it is you're doing wrong, the better. So number one, here we have our equal sign. I will add my like terms on the left. So I have a 3x and a minus 2x, leaves me with an x. I don't need to put the 1. If you put a 1, that's fine. But once I have 1x, I leave that 1 out of there. I'm going to subtract 4 and have x equals 3. Number 2, distribute my -5. So we're going to have -5. And then people were saying, someone was asked a question, and I'm sure more people are confused. What do we do? -5 times x, and we're adding. Do we want to write plus -5x? Or do we just want to write -5x? They mean the exact same thing. I'm going to just write -5x because I think it's easier to understand, especially as we move things to other sides and stuff like that. But you want to keep, I would try to move over to my system of doing it because I think it will lead to less problems. -5 times this positive x is a -5x. Instead of putting plus -5x, we can just put -5x. They are the same thing. Equals 30. All right, then I'm going to keep my 5x here, so I'm going to add 5. -5x equals 35. Be careful, again, that 5x, because there's a minus sign, that 5x, whatever sign comes right before the term is the sign that term has. So 5x has a minus in front of it. That means it's technically negative if I have it alone. So I'm going to divide by -5 and end up with x equals 7. Number 2, distribute the 2. So 4x minus 2 minus 3 equals 19. Put my like terms together. Again, this 2 is negative. This 3 is negative. So I have 4x minus 5 equals 19. Add 5. I have 4x equals 24. Divide by 4. I have x equals 6. Number 4, my x is on the right side of the equal sign, but that's okay. So leave the -25 alone and distribute the 5. Have 10x minus 5. The x is what I'm trying to find, so I'm going to strip away the things that are with it. Add 5 to both sides. -20 equals 10x. Divide both sides by 10. Oops, positive 10. X equals -2. Number 19, here's a place where a lot of people would make mistakes. 19 equals, so let's simplify over here. We've got a 15, and this 2 carries this negative with it. If it were positive, we wouldn't really have to think much about it, but this 2 has a minus in front, which means I'm considering it as a -2. This is where you would think about leave, change, or add a line, change a sign, that whole thing. But let's just try to advance to the idea of this 2 is negative. So -2 times x is a -2x. And -2 times 1 is a -2. And instead of putting plus minus, or plus the negative, I'm going to just write minus. Okay, 19 equals, we've got a 15 and a -2 makes 13. I'm going to now subtract 13 from both sides. Again, that 13 is positive, so it has to get subtracted. This 2x is negative. And I'm going to divide both sides by the -2 and end up with x equals -3. If that's tricky for you, go back, watch it again. Keep watching until you feel really good about it. If this still was confusing, maybe stop the video and try the problem again on your own from scratch. Sorry. All right, try it again from scratch and see if you get to the right answer. The only way to get good at this is to repeat it over and over again until it becomes natural. Just like you don't think about, dividing. If I say 10 divided by 2, that's 5. Well, you didn't know that at one point. You practiced it a lot, and that's why you know that so quickly. So same with this. You have to practice it a lot. Number 6, we're going to distribute the 2. So 2x plus 2 plus distribute the 3. Notice when I have a plus, it just makes my life a little easier. I don't have to do so much thinking. I have 3x plus 6. All addition, so I've got a 5x. I've got plus 8 equals 43. Subtract the 8. 5x equals 35. Divide by 5. X equals 7. Last one, probably the hardest one. So I'm going to distribute this, 4x plus 12, and distribute this 2, which is negative. So negative 2 times negative 3x is positive 6x. Negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2. Add my like terms. Subtract the 14 from each side. And divide by 10. Okay, I'm going to assign a couple more to practice today, and then on Wednesday we'll be moving on to fractions, everybody's favorite.